75-year-old Abdallah Darahme moans in pain. His breathing is labored, his face bloodied, bruised, and swollen, bones broken. His family and multiple eyewitnesses say Israeli settlers stormed into his home in the middle of the night and beat him to a pulp. In his West Bank village of Taysir, those same settlers have now established an outpost, considered illegal even under Israeli law. Soldiers standing idly by until something else draws their attention. Producer Abir Salman identifies us as journalists before translating the soldiers' commands.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
So the soldiers just immediately came up and started pointing their weapons directly at us, telling everyone to sit down immediately. Obviously, we're not posing any threat here.
The commander comes straight for our camera, and within seconds, a soldier has just put photojournalist Cyril Theophilus in a chokehold, forcing him to the ground.
Don't touch him like that. Don't touch him like that. Give me my phone.
The soldier who assaulted Theophilus continues to demand he turn off his camera before another smacks my phone.
So as you can see, what we have seen happen in the last 24 hours is that settlers came to this area. They settled that hilltop, and now you have a lot of soldiers coming to this area with the Palestinians in this area. They're on top of the home of Imad, the man that we were just speaking to. And we're seeing the soldiers treat the Palestinians in the area as the threat, when really what started this problem was obviously the settlers who came in the middle of the night and took over land that's not theirs.
The Palestinians here are detained and questioned. Soldiers detain us too and walk us back to our vehicle. They say they're trying to establish order between settlers and Palestinians. But as the cameras keep rolling, it becomes clear these soldiers are here in service of the settler movement.
כל יהודה ושומרון זה שלנו, בוודאי. חיילים, כן. לא רק שחיילים, של היהודים.
They also say it's personal. These soldiers tell me they were friends with the 18-year-old settler who authorities say was killed last week by a Palestinian driver. Palestinians dispute that account.
אם היה לך אח והוא רוצים לך אותו, מה אתה היית עושה?
אז זה נקמה, זה נקמה. אתה מדבר על נקמה. ואתה חייל, זה רגיל לעשות נקמה אם אתה חייל?
שמע, בסופו של דבר, אם המדינה לא התייחסה למה שהם עשו, מי שרצח את המתנחל, אתה זוכר את זה שבוע שעבר? רצחו את המתנחל?
זה מה שאמרת, כן.
מה אתה מתחתף?
So we're currently detained by the Israeli military. They've told us to sit in our cars and wait. As you can see, one of them is right here. And, you know, what's really quite striking is the fact that so many of these soldiers are clearly manifesting the same kind of settler ideology.
This soldier, Meir, makes that crystal clear.
עם ישראל חי.
אין לכם אישור להיות פה, גם בחוק ישראלית.
עוד מעט תהיה חוק.
גם בחוק ישראלית. זה לא יישוב עכשיו. זה לא יישוב חוקי, כן?
נכון.
זה לא יישוב חוקי.
אבל זה יהיה יישוב חוקי.
זה יהיה?
כן.
אוקיי.
לאט לאט.
איך אתה יודע את זה?
לאט לאט.
בגלל העזרה שלך, כן?
בוודאי. אני עוזר לעם שלי.
Meir is describing the settler playbook, and the role Israeli soldiers often play in propping it up. The Israeli military did not respond to CNN's questions about soldiers' conduct in the West Bank, including our detention. Amid the war with Iran, those efforts are intensifying, with at least 4 outposts established this week alone. Land often taken with the blood of Palestinians. I didn't expect this, Abdullah's son says. This is not normal.
So just as we're visiting one patient in the hospital from a settler attack, we've just learned that there have been multiple other settler attacks in the area, and one of the patients is at this same hospital.
29-year-old Sakar Salman says a scuffle broke out after settlers came onto his land and one of them clubbed him in the back of the head. When soldiers arrived, he says they arrested him and beat him with the butt of their guns. The soldiers are a protection for the settlers. I would tell the soldiers that they stole my sheep and they would say that I'm lying and that I'm the one who attacked them. And every time I tried to say something, the soldiers would beat me. Settlers, he says, always go free.
Israeli settlers launched widespread attacks on Palestinian communities across the occupied West Bank, setting homes and vehicles on fire and injuring several people, according to eyewitnesses and activist groups. Videos obtained by CNN showed cars in flames with smashed windows in Jalud, south of Nablus. One dramatic video shows a large group of masked individuals charging down the village street. Activists say settlers also attacked nearby Qaryut, torching, they say, more than 10 homes. In Funduqmiya, a similar attack unfolded. Cars were smashed and at least 2 homes were set on fire. Mustafa Barghouti, the head of the Palestinian National Initiative, accused settlers of exploiting the war in Iran to, in his words, launch massive terrorist attacks on Palestinian civilians. The attacks followed the death of an Israeli settler in a car crash involving a Palestinian resident. The Israeli military says it is examining whether the incident was intentional. Israeli activists say settlers believed it was and had called to avenge his death. Yesh Din, an Israeli human rights group, says despite prior knowledge to the planned attacks, security forces once again failed to prepare accordingly. Violence and attacks against Palestinians have surged since the start of the war in Iran. Yesh Din reports an average of 10 settler attacks per day since the start of March. The Israeli military is responsible for security in the occupied territory as the occupying power. CNN has reached out to them for comment.
ليلة الجمعة الساعة 1 تقريبا في الليل، شو الناس نايمين، هجموا علينا وكتفونا، كل بيت هنخشوا عليه أكثر من 20 مستوطن على كل واحد، واللي يكتف، اللي يضرب، اللي يفتح الغنم، كله عندنا 400 راس، كلهن أخذوهن وضربوا الأولاد، وأنا منها قطموني، ضربوني وشلحون حوايجي وربطوا على العضو ذاك تبعي المشد هذا البلاستيك، وجرون مسافة تقريبا 100 متر، وغير يحطوا علينا مي وتراب وبهادل وكل شيء. جابوا النسوان كل واحد من بيته، رمونا، كنا في غرفة في الخيمة هذه اللي هان، وكبوا علينا مي، وصاروا يغلطوا وساخة وبدهم يغتصبوا النسوان والأولاد ويأخذوا نسواننا إذا ما رحلناش وبناتنا، وغير ما فتحوا على غنمنا وأخذوهم كلياتنا. فيها حوالي تقريبا أكثر من 100 مستوطن هذا الهجم مرة واحدة.
播报新闻是我的日常，必须时刻保持妆容和皮肤的最佳状态。当来到人生中最重要的时刻，也是 KS 逆时奇迹帮助我轻松驾驭，闪闪发光。KS 逆时奇迹活肤露全效精华、精华霜，多达5种 EGF 6大冻龄关键成分，保湿效果让我非常满意，小细纹也不再困扰我。我就是我自己的最佳女主角。KS 让我从容自信，光彩动人。我是我人生中的大女主，我的最爱我做主。KS 逆时奇迹系列热卖中，下单请上快点购，透过中天新闻网 App 下单立减50，或输入 CTI 推荐码有额外折扣。